Hello guys, good evening. Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yes, audible. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming guys. So today is going to be our very first demo for data engineering with Google Cloud Platform and Azure. And in this demo session, we are going to talk about a lot of things. And before that, I hope you all can hear me clearly and you are able to see my screen also. Can you guys confirm once, all of you?
Yes, yes. Yes, I.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. Thanks for confirming, guys. So, without any further delay, we will see what is the agenda for today's session. As a part of the today's session, I'm going to first to tell you what is data engineering. Right? So, because we wanted to become a data engineer, so what a data engineer do on a daily basis? Right? What is the role of a data engineer? And after that, we will see the Azure overview. What is this Azure cloud platform? And after that, what is the Google cloud platform? And what is the benefits of using the Google cloud platform and Azure cloud platform in the market? At this point of time, I would say Azure and GCP are having a very good market for the data engineering field, even more than the AWS, I would say. Okay, the career for Azure data engineer as well as GCP data engineer is very good for the next 15 to 20 years. So I'm going to talk about all of those things. And then we are going to see a detailed course curriculum as a part of the next 3.5 months of session. We are going to have our course almost 3.5 to 4 months, where we are going to see the a detailed course curriculum. What are the cloud basics that we are covering? What are the GCP data engineering tools that are covering? What are the Azure tools that we are going to cover? We are going to see all of those things one by one. And then we will also talk about the course details like timings, notes, recordings, and all of those details we will talk about it. Even if you have any kind of a questions also, we can see at the end of the session. All right. So this is the agenda for today's session. And my name is 𝐵𝐫𝐨𝐬𝐬, everyone. I'm currently working as a solution architect at Quantech. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. Okay, I have completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, NIT Trichy. I do have more than 8 years of experience into the data and AI field. I've done many certifications in the GCP, Azure, AWS, Databricks, Python, Terraform, many certifications I do have. Coming to my training experience from last 3+, I would say, from last 3+ years onwards, I've been teaching both GCP data engineering and Azure data engineering. You can check my name outside in the Google, in the YouTube, in the anywhere, right? You can check it out. So I'm a very famous trainer. I also provide you the corporate trainings also. You are in a very safe hands. You can aram se focus on whatever I'm going to talk about in the sessions. That is more than enough for you to crack the interviews, more than enough for you to work comfortably in the company. Those who are blindly following my sessions, their career are very happy with the data engineering field. The only thing is that every day attend the live session, every day do the practice. If that is the simple mantra, 1 hour live session, 20 to 30 minutes practice. That is a simple mantra. If you are following for the next 3.5 months, I'm telling you, the job is with you. For sure, the job is with you. It was already proven by plenty of the people. I'm telling you, that is something that I can confidently say. More than 1,000 people. If you just check it out in the market also, out of 1,000 data, out of 1,000 GCP data engineers in the market, more than 800 are my students. More than 800 are out of 1,000 students in the market are my students only. I can confidently say that. Okay. The only thing that you have to do is that daily you have to do the practice. Now, this is my name, guys. Please remember me. And yes, now let us talk about what is data engineering. Very important term. Very broad area. Very important, because data engineering was there 10 years before, 30 years before. Data engineering will be there 10 years after, 30 years after also. We don't have to worry about, sorry, ML is coming, AI is coming, Gen AI is coming. Do we have to worry about our career? Don't worry at all. Data engineering career is one of the safest careers in the market. Big data engineers is one of the safest role outside in the market. So first of all, let us try to understand what is data engineering. Tell me guys, what do you guys mean by data engineering? What do you guys already know about data engineering? Anyone?
Converting a data into the meaningful format.
Okay, that's a very good answer. Any other answers? Converting it into a meaningful format, that's a very good answer.
So we need to process the data from unstructured to structured, and
Okay,
to schedule the data streaming and real time, minutes or seconds or daily. Uh,
okay, that's also we can say that's a good answer again.
That data which shows us the actual growth of our company and the sales report.
Exactly, that's also a very good answer. Okay, so let me gonna tell you guys in a very simple and layman terms that everyone can understand. Right, first of all, tell me where the data actually generates. Where is the data is actually coming from? So if you ask me, sir, data may come from an application. For example, sir, you are hungry, you wanted to order breakfast or lunch for you, so that you go to an application called Swiggy or Zomato and you purchase some kind of a food. That the moment you are going to interacting with an application, whenever a human is interacting with an application, that's where the data is getting generated. Right? You go to a Uber application, you go to a Swiggy application, Ola. The moment we interact with any kind of applications like Flipkart, Amazon, that's where the data is coming from. That's where the data is getting generated. Similarly, some companies or some institutes or some production firms, what they do, they actually store the data in the form of a file format, such as notepads or a CSV file or Excel file, right? So you may have a data that is coming from in the form of a file format like CSV file, JSON file, Parquet file, Avro file. You may have a data that is also coming from some kind of a tabular format in the databases. Some companies, they store the data in the form of a databases, right? So tabular format, right? So that's where you have a data that is coming from a database also. Some IoT devices, this is very famous nowadays. Every mobile, every car, every home is equipped with the IO Internet of Things, nothing but sensor devices. So there's a huge amount of data that is coming from sensor devices, logs, right? So there's a huge amount of data. So this is where the data is getting generated. So there is a huge amount of data that is coming from multiple data sources. So this is a huge amount of data. So what do we do with this data, sir? If you ask me, if you try to analyze this data, if you try to understand this data, if you try to understand this data, this will give you some kind of a insight or information, we call it as. This will give you some kind of a insights, and these insights are very useful for the business improvement. These insights are very useful for the business improvement. So this is what is the idea. The whole idea is called as a data engineering, everyone. The whole idea is called as a data engineering, where you are going to get the data from multiple data sources. You have to store it, understand it, or analyze it, and get some kind of insights which is eventually improve your business. Okay, sir, is this much easy? If you ask me, no, this is only for your understanding. Sir, in a data engineering, the high level idea, if you ask me, so in a data engineering, you get the data, you analyze the data, you get insights, which will be improved your business. This is the whole idea. But sir, to do this idea or to accomplish this entire requirement, so as a part of data engineering, there are many steps involved. The very first step is you have to store the data. So the data is coming from sources. You are going to extract the data from here and you are going to store it here. So this is where, so the very first step is you are going to extract the data from these multiple data sources and you are going to store it as it in the same format, raw format, you are going to store it. So if you guys wanted to analyze the data, I cannot directly analyze the data, right? If you wanted to analyze the data, the very first step that we have to do is that we have to extract the data, because the data may coming from different applications, different file formats, different servers or logs, right? So you have to extract the data, pull the data from these multiple systems, and you have to store it into a one single layer called data lake, where you are going to store it in the raw format. Now, sir, we have the entire data with us in the raw format. Can you guys tell me, can we go for the analysis now? Can we go for the analysis now?
Yeah, yes. In
No,
this
no,
data, we can do the analysis.
no, we can't do analysis.
Why we cannot do analysis?
It's not in a structured format or the table contents and what delimiters it is using and what
Exactly.
type of data we are going to do. We can't even read and process that data.
Exactly. Very good answer. I see some of the people are messaging in the chat box also. Those answers are very good, guys. Because this is raw data, sir. I cannot directly go for the analysis. So this data is directly coming from the source. As it is raw data, sir, I cannot directly go for the analysis. Why, sir? If you ask me, this raw data may contain duplicates. This raw data may contain some kind of a null values. This raw data may have a different format. This raw data may have a bad records also. So the data may contain different issues or different format or bad records also. So that is the reason we cannot directly go for the analysis. If you directly go for the analysis, the analysis report will also be inaccurate. When you're dealing with inaccurate data, the results will also be inaccurate. So that is the reason we will not go directly for the analysis. Instead, we introduce a one more important, very important step as a data engineering, that is called as data processing, which is major step for all the data engineers. A lot of brains will be working on this data processing to process the data, to clean the data, to prepare the data for the analysis process. Right? So this is where you are going to do the processing. Right? What you are going to do in the processing? We are going to clean the data, enrich the data, avoid or remove these duplicates, null values, all of these things. Right, sir, which will be used for the analysis. So we are going to prepare the data for the analysis. So once the data processing is completed, so we are going to send the data to the data warehouses, where we are going to do the analysis properly. So this is where we do the analysis, guys. Okay, so once the data processing or data cleaning, data enrichment is completed, we are going to perform the analysis properly in the data warehouses with a simple language called SQL. Okay, so once the analysis is completed, this data will be utilized for creating the dashboards or reports in the BI, or creating some kind of ML models, or finding out the future trends with help of the data science, or business group will utilize this data for decision making purpose, directly utilizing this data for the decision making. So this is what is data engineering, everyone. So this is where you have a downstream, and this is upstream and downstream. So this is where you are getting the data from, and this is where you are sending the data to. These are all your users, where you are sending the data to the reports, dashboards, ML models, data science patterns, and business groups. And one more additional important step is that is nothing but data governance and monitoring. Data governance and monitoring, actually it is not monitoring, I would say, 1 minute, guys. I would say orchestration. Last time I have updated, again it is coming as this one only, but yeah, sorry. Oh shit. Yeah. So let me save it. So it is data governance on orchestration, everyone. So in an orchestration, what you are going to do, you are going to schedule these pipelines properly to make sure that they are running with a proper dependency. Because so from here to here, sorry. From here to here, data movement will happen. So you have to properly orchestrate these pipelines, schedule these pipelines, and you have to take care of the access control also. You have to take care of the security governance also, so that all of those things comes under the data governance and orchestration, everyone. Data governance and orchestration, that is also comes under the data engineering. So this particular simple picture gives you a high level idea of data engineering, everyone. If you can see clearly, so you are extracting the data from the different sources, you are storing it, processing it, analyzing it, and using it for the downstream, sending the data to the downstream. And you're also taking care of the data governance and data orchestration. Don't worry about this terminology. This terminology is only for you to give you some high level idea of what is data engineering. We are going to understand each and every step. What is the data lake? What is data processing? How we are going to do it? How we are going to analyze it? What patterns? How the method that we are going to do the analysis? How the which programming language that we are going to use for the analysis? All of these things we are going to see in the upcoming sessions very detailed. This is to give you a high level idea of what is data engineering. Okay, yes. If you guys wanted to see the definition of data engineering, here it is. So data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, and preparing the large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. So that it can be easily used and analyzed, guys. So this is what is data engineering. So data engineering is a process of collecting the data from different data sources, organizing the data, and preparing the large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. It also involving the systems and infrastructure to be created so that it can be captured, stored, and that means while you are doing the data engineering, you may have to build some kind of a system and infrastructure to automate your entire process of capturing the data, storing the data, processing the data, and accessing the data efficiently. To automate this entire process, we are going to build the infrastructure to do that. So this is what is data engineering, everyone, on a high level. So then what data engineer do on a daily basis, sir? If you ask me, a role of a data engineer on a daily basis is very simple. He may be working on data ingestion. He may work on data storage and management. He may work on the data processing. He may work on the data quality and governance. He may work on the data pipeline creations. He may work on performance optimization. He may work on monitoring and maintenance. So as a data engineer, you are going to work on these many different activities on a daily basis, guys. We will see all of these things in a very detail while we are covering each and every topic separately. But to give you a high level idea, a data engineer, it is not that a single data engineer work on all of these areas. In a project, there will be multiple data engineers will be there. Some people, some one or two data engineer work on the data processing, one or two data engineer work on create data pipeline creation and data ingestion. So different data engineers in a project will do different data engineering activities, everyone. I hope that is also clear. Now if anyone have any question on a high level on data engineering, you can ask me. Okay, so if you do not have any questions, let us now move to the next one, guys. That is Google Cloud Platform and Azure Cloud Platform. So let us try to see, sir, what is this Azure Cloud Platform? Sir, what is this Google Cloud Platform? Let us try to understand. Tell me, guys, what are the cloud platforms that you guys already know? What are the cloud platforms that you guys already know? Sir, I know about Azure. Sir, AWS. Tell me, guys. So we know about GCP, Azure,
AWS,
AWS,
I know.
Alibaba, Oracle, right? Oracle, IBM. So there are multiple cloud platforms available in the market, right? Such as, so if you guys look at here clearly, so there are multiple cloud platforms available in the market, such as Azure, AWS, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle, IBM. So what they are already, so these are all cloud providers available in the market. So these are all multiple cloud providers available in the market. But tell me guys, what they provide us? So these cloud providers, what they provide us? Can anyone tell me?
They provide lot of services
Uh-huh.
to integrate and deploy the uh, code level of our entire
Okay.
architecture.
Okay. Sir, so these are all multiple cloud providers available in the market. What they provide us, sir, if you ask me, they are going to provide you the cloud computing services. They are going to provide you the cloud computing services, everyone. So AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle, IBM, and even more are there. So all of these things are going to be providing you the cloud computing services for the organizations or to the organizations. So that what organizations can do, organizations are going to be utilizing these services to fulfill their project requirements, right? So in the organizations, they will be working on multiple projects. Right? So for example, a data engineering project where they have to extract the data, store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data. So every data engineering project, you may have to extract the data, store the data, process the data, analyze the data. Right? To fulfill the project requirements, there are two methods. Maybe for example, let us take an example and we will come here later. For example, just assume that, sir, you are working for a client. There is one of the client is there. The client has given you some 100 GB or 100 terabytes of the data. He has given you some 100 terabytes of the data. And he's asking you to store it. Tell me guys, where do you store it? If there is no cloud platform, if the client is asking you to store 100 terabytes of the data, how do you store it? Where do you store it? I want you guys to tell me.
On cloud.
If there is no cloud platform, I told you that term like 3 times. If there is no cloud platform,
On-premises servers.
on premises, very good. Sir, if there is no cloud platform, the only method that is available is, sir, on premises. Nothing but traditional, right? So traditional methodology. So when you are working in the traditional methodology, if you guys wanted to store this 100 terabytes of the data, tell me guys, how do you store it? If I wanted to store this 100 terabytes of the data in the traditional method, what are the steps involved?
You'll need a server and a memory
First, we have to purchase all the machines,
machines. Yeah.
right, sir? We have to purchase all the machines and we have to take care of the networking. We have to take care of the install operating system and libraries. We have to take care of the storage and backup. And we have to take care of the monitoring and maintenance.
Yeah. Security.
And security also, yes.
Yes.
And then once everything is ready, you are going to install some kind of a, softwares to store the data, right? You have to install some kind of a softwares. Once
Yes.
everything
Yes.
is ready as per the requirement, once everything is ready as per the standard, what you are going to do, then you are going to store the data on top of this traditional system. So that's where you can store this 100 terabytes of the data. So this is what you have to do. So if you're following a traditional methodology, if you guys wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data, the very first thing you have to do is purchase the machines, install the operating system, libraries, networking, storage, backup, monitoring, maintenance, and install all the softwares. Now tell me guys, how much time this could take? How much time this will take, guys?
Yeah, time plus cost as well, right?
So this is going to be taking a lot of time. Yes or no? So this will take a lot of time and
Y-
lot of money also.
Yeah, correct.
A lot of effort also we have to put it. Do you guys agree? So when you are working in the traditional methodology, you may have to spend a lot of time, lot of effort, and lot of money. So this is the problem with the traditional methodology, guys. So when you are working in a traditional methodology, so this is the problem, right? So you cannot directly go ahead and store the data where you have to spend. This may take 2 months or 3 months or 4 months also. It would take a lot of money also. A lot of manpower is required to build this entire traditional methodology. Right? So this is the problem with the traditional. Then on the other hand, if we do not wanted to work with the traditional methodology, what is the other alternative solution that we have nowadays? What is the other alternative method, guys, that we have? So we have one more alternative is nothing but that is cloud platform. So the alternative solution that we have is cloud platform even. Right? So if you guys wanted to store the same amount of data in the cloud platform, what we have to do, sir? We have to set up the cloud account. We have to find a suitable service for storing the data, right? Then directly we can go ahead and store the data. Tell me how much time this would take. This would take a lot less time, isn't it? So if you guys wanted to work with a cloud platform for storing the same amount of data, you have to first set up your cloud account and billing. Then you have to find a suitable service, and then you can directly go ahead and store the data. Tell me how much time this would take comparatively. So this will take a lot less time compared to the traditional methodology. So hardly it takes 1 day or 2 days for you to store this 100 terabytes of the data in the cloud. So that is what is the advantage of the cloud, guys. So what is cloud is providing you? What are the cloud providers offering you, guys, if you ask me? So cloud providers providing you the cloud computing services. So this is what it is. You have to find a suitable cloud computing service. So what is a cloud is offering, sir? If you ask me, a cloud platforms are offering you a cloud computing services. So that is what I'm talking about. So cloud computing services. So these services are fully managed. You don't have to worry about creating the infrastructure. You don't have to worry about maintaining the infrastructure. You don't have to worry about backup or restoring. So plenty of all the things are taken care by cloud provider itself. All the things are taken care by the cloud provider itself, so that the developers or the data engineers can directly focus on the innovation rather than spending a lot of time on setting up the infrastructure. Right, so the developers or the data engineers can directly spend on innovation rather than spending the time on creating the infrastructure or the maintenance. So this is what is the cloud providers provide us. So the cloud providers providing you the cloud computing services. Cloud providers providing you what, sir? The cloud providers providing you the cloud computing services, and these services are very useful for the organizations to extract the data, store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data. So whatever the activity that we have to do it, what is available, guys, in the cloud? Sir, if I wanted to store the data, what is available in the cloud? If I wanted to process the data, what is available in the cloud? If I wanted to analyze the data, what is available already in the cloud? Tell me, guys, what is already available? What is already available in the cloud platform, guys, if you guys wanted to store the data? A suitable
Storage.
cloud computing service is available. A cloud computing services are already available. You have to go ahead. It is like If simply if you guys ask me what is the difference between this traditional and cloud, sir, this is a very simple example is cooking food at home. So traditional methodology is like cooking food at home. So when you wanted to cook a food at home for eating purpose, there's a lot of things involved. You have to buy a stove, you have to buy all the raw material, chawal, vegetables, all the machinery, you have to buy it. And you have to prepare the recipe, you have to follow the recipe, you have to cook it. So all of these things. So for eating purpose, for one person, they have to spend a lot of time buying all the things, preparing the things, and then finally they can eat it. So that's what is the traditional methodology. What is the cloud, sir? Tell me. Alternatively, how can we eat the food?
Order the food.
Exactly. You can directly go ahead to the restaurant or any application to order the food. Right, sir. We don't have to purchase any raw material. We don't have to know the recipe also. We directly order it, we eat it. So that's how. So the simple idea is that. So if you guys wanted to see the traditional, there's a lot of things involved. But when you go to the cloud platform, you're focusing on the innovation, main activity you're focusing on rather than building the infrastructure. So that's what is the cloud providers providing you guys. So cloud providers providing you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirements, such as extracting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, and visualizing the data, and even more governance and orchestration. Many things also comes into the picture. Sir, one of or two of such cloud platforms are. Sir, two of such cloud platforms are. One is Azure Cloud Platform. The other one is, sir, one is Azure Cloud Platform, and the other one is, sir, Google Cloud Platform. So there are two of cloud platforms that we are going to mainly focus on in our sessions. Is that is one is Azure Cloud Platform, and the other one is GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Sir, Azure Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. The definition is same. The definition is same. If someone is asking me what is dairy milk, what is Kit Kat, what is Milky Bar, what is Munch, a Crunch, or whatever it is. So these are all different varieties of the chocolate, right, sir? Similarly, if you go to the supermarket, however you find different varieties of the chocolates. Similarly, if you go to the cloud world, you have a different cloud providers available in the market, such as Azure, AWS, GCP, Alibaba, Oracle, IBM, and these are different things. Sir, what is Azure, sir? If you ask me, the definition goes like this. Sir, Azure Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirements, such as extracting the data, storing the data, processing the data, and analyzing the data, and visualizing the data. So this is what is definition of Azure. Sir, Azure Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud platform available in the market. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirements. Sir, similarly, what is Google Cloud Platform, sir? Can anyone tell me what is Google Cloud Platform then?
It provides cloud computing services to the
The definition
organization.
should be same, isn't it?
Same.
The definition is same. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is also one of the leading cloud provider, which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirements, right? So the definition is same. How you are going to work in the cloud platform is different. The interface of the cloud platform is different. The nomenclature of the cloud platform is different. But what you are going to do as a data engineer on any of the cloud platform is going to be the same thing. Why are only Azure and why are only GCP? If you ask me, there's a plenty of opportunities are available for the GCP and Azure data engineer because of its cost-effective nature, because of its simple interface, because of its vast variety of that big data services. Okay, so that is the reason most of the cloud platforms using the Azure and GCP. So this is what is the definition. So this is what is the definition, everyone. Okay, so now you can see the same definition over here also. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider provided by the Google, providing you a wide range of products and solutions. Similarly, the Azure also. So Azure Cloud Platform is a Microsoft cloud computing services offering you a different set of services. Right, sir. So this is what is Google Cloud Platform and Azure Cloud Platform. Now tell me guys, anyone have any questions on the Azure or GCP? If anyone have any questions, you can ask me guys.
So compared to Azure and GCP, so which one is very best for cost comparison and speed and the processing of the data and related to services and all? What are all the services are high and effective for comparatively to both Azure and
No,
GCP?
I can compare cost wise, but rest of all the things are same across all the cloud platforms. Azure and GCP having a very good performance, security, maintenance, management, and fully managed services all are offering. When it comes to the cost effective nature, GCP is cost effective, and then Azure and then AWS.
Okay.
And when it comes to the market wise, AWS is having the market, but data engineering projects, Azure and GCP are very famous because of its plenty of big data services it is offered, and that too with a very less cost.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Any other services, anyone? Okay. Sir, if you do not have any questions, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you the detailed course curriculum for Azure Data Engineering and GCP. As a part of this course, our course name, let me going to tell you guys here. First of all, sir, our course name is Data Engineering with Azure, or I would say GCP plus Azure. Okay. Yes. This is what is our course name, guys. So this is what is our course. Let us try to see the detailed course curriculum. Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to tell you the common things as a data engineer, what you should know first of all, right? So as a data engineer, when it comes to the programming, what are the programming aspects that you have to know? Right. So this is first aspect. Okay. So when it comes to the programming, we are going to first learn about SQL. You will be learning the SQL. SQL is actually the prerequisite for the course. For this course, SQL is the prerequisite, but we are going to teach you or how you have to learn the SQL also. Our team will help you. Then Python, I am going to teach you the Python from basics to advanced, the Python for data engineers. We are going to see. And we are going to learn about the Linux basics also. And we will also learn about the PySpark. We are going to learn about the PySpark also. So this is where when it comes to the data engineering with Google Cloud Platform and Azure, we are going to first talk about the programming. When it comes to the programming, first we will learn about the SQL and Python development, SQL development, Linux basics, and PySpark development. So these are all the things that we are going to cover as a part of this course, programming. So this is first thing. And then the very, very interesting topic, that is cloud basics. Everyone must know cloud basics. So these basics of the cloud are same across all the cloud platforms. Okay, so the cloud basics. As a part of this cloud basics, first we are going to understand the introduction of GCP and Azure. Okay, I would say GCP introduction here, but you can understand that the introduction for the GCP, and when we are covering the Azure, introduction for Azure will also be covered. Introduction, GCP interfaces. Because these are same. If I say GCP introduction, you will get the introduction of Azure also. If I say GCP interfaces, the interfaces Azure is also same. Interfaces, and GCP console walkthrough. We are going to see the GCP console walkthrough. And here I would like to, here in this one, I'm going to set up, I'll tell you how to set up a free trial account. We are going to set up a free trial account. So you don't have to worry about, sir, where do we have to practice and all of those things. We are going to see how to set up a free trial account in the GCP and Azure, so that you can use those trial accounts for doing all the projects and assignments and projects, case studies, and console walkthrough, and then GCP locations, and then GCP IAM and admin. Don't think that, sir, it is IAM and admin locations, console walkthrough interfaces. These are only for GCP. If you go to the Azure also, it will be the same thing. These concepts across all the cloud platforms mostly same. The nomenclature could be a little bit different, but I'll tell you how you have to learn simply. I'm going to teach you. So these are cloud basics. First, we will be understanding about the data engineering, then cloud basics, sorry, programming, and then cloud basics. Then we are going to enter into the, so here we are going to enter into the GCP. So we will be entering into the GCP services, everyone. So in the GCP services, we are going to first start with the Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL, after that BigQuery. One is storage service, database service, data warehouse service, storage solution, database solution, RDBMS, and data warehousing solution. So these are three. And after that, data proc, we are going to learn about data flow. Actually, data flow is not required, but PubSub, Composer, Cloud Functions. Okay, so this is how these are the services that actually the data flow is not very much important, because if you are spending a lot of time here, you will miss very important. Data flow is not very much important for the GCP data engineers. So that's the reason I would like to remove, but I would say this one. So these are important services: GCS, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, PubSub, Composer, and so I'll try to remove this Composer over here. Sorry. Composer or Airflow, both are same, guys. So here Airflow or Composer, both are same. PubSub and Cloud Function. So these are the GCP data engineering services that we are covering, and Azure also. Then here Azure services. Azure services, as a part of the Azure, we are going to first talk about the storage accounts, nothing but ADLS. We will learn about ADLS, and then we will talk about Azure SQL DB, and then Azure Data Factory, and then we will talk about Azure Databricks. Okay, and basic idea of Azure Synapse, the basic idea. Okay, so this is where. So these are the Azure services as well as GCP services we are covering. So these are very, very important, and these are more than enough for you to get into the company and work comfortably, because all the data engineering GCP and Azure data engineers, right, they will be working on these services only, mainly. And then when it comes to the projects and case studies, there's a lot of things that we were covering as a part of these projects and case studies. But let me going to tell you some of them. Projects or case studies or use cases. I can call anything. You can call anything, guys. So this is the idea. Case studies. This is what. So as a part of these things, we are going to cover First thing, in the Cloud SQL, we are going to see one data migration project. We are going to have a data migration project in Cloud SQL. In Cloud SQL, this is in Cloud SQL, guys. Cloud SQL. So when we are learning the Cloud SQL, we will also learn about how do we do the database migration. Database. It is database, not the database migration project. That's one thing. And second thing, in the BigQuery, we are going to see two case studies. Two case studies in BigQuery. One is Spotify, very, very important case study, which we are going to see with medallion architecture. With the medallion architecture, we are going to see the two case studies in the BigQuery. And the one more thing in the data proc, if you ask me, so we are going to have three case studies in data proc. So in the data proc, we are going to see three case studies. And in the composer, actually we should okay, yeah, three end-to-end DAGs we are going to cover. End-to-end DAG creations. DAGs we are going to cover in the Airflow or composer. Both are same, guys. Either you can call it as a Airflow or composer. Anything is. And then one use case in cloud functions. One use case in the cloud function. So this is how the projects and case studies, and this is related to the GCP. Similarly on the Azure, so this is especially for GCP. And the Azure, we are going to have in Azure Data Factory, we will be having one case study. Okay, in the Azure Data Factory, we will be having one case study. One is incremental data loading with the ADF, Azure Data Factory. Okay, and one streaming use case, streaming pipeline use case in Databricks, and autoloader. We are going to see one autoloader use case in Databricks, again Databricks, and multiple scenarios in the ADF case. So there's a lot of scenarios we are going to see. A lot of scenarios use with the ADLS, combined with ADLS and SQL DB in ADF. We are going to see this thing. Okay, so these are all the things that we are going to cover as a part of the projects and case studies in use cases. Additionally, complementary projects of mine, Udemy. So I have my Udemy courses, which is complementary for you, and end-to-end projects I'm going to offering you guys. So this is complementary, guys. Two projects I'm going to cover. Two projects. One project is on GCP, which is 8.5 hours of project. One project on Databricks, which is 5.5 hours of project. I'm telling you, these projects are very, very, very famous for you to get the job. These projects are very, very, very famous for you to get the job. So this is what is DVX, I would say, Databricks. Okay, one is 8.5 hours, 5.5 hours, which is very, very helpful for you to understand the entire industry exposure, how a data engineer works, because 8.5 hours is a very, very long time. So you can even, if you are implementing it, it will take 1 month for you to implement that particular project, 1 or 2 months. Right, so that's something that I am going to teach you guys. So that's complementary projects, which is there, Udemy. I'm going to give you for free. So this is our a detailed course curriculum on the GCP, everyone. This is what is a detailed course curriculum, I would say. Okay, so now tell me, guys, anyone have any questions? Okay, let me gonna just tell you one more thing. The timings, I would like to tell you the timings, guys, for this course. The timings is same every day at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. The timings are same, guys. There are no changes in the timing. The timings is exactly same.
How long duration?
This would take 4 months, you can say 3.5 to 4 months it will take. Okay, yeah. This would take 3.5 to 4 months, more than 3.5 months, I would say. 3.5 months, you can say. Yeah. This is I'm telling you, a full length GCP with Azure Data Engineering course with all the case studies, projects, use cases with projects also. I'm telling you, very, very, very in-depth, basic to advanced we are going to cover as a part of this course.
What is the use of Unity catalog, and where we will learn this?
Unity catalog will actually come in the Databricks, which is a data governance solution. Okay. It is one of the data governance, a major data governance solution in the Unity catalog. And with the help of that, we can easily control the access, data discovery, data lineage. A lot of things comes into the picture. Yes, we have a dedicated session on the Databricks in Unity catalog for that.
Are we going to learn this in detail, or?
Of course, in detail.
Okay.
A separate topic is there. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And what is the use of Lakeflow?
Recently, the Lakeflow is coming into the picture for a workflow orchestrations. So that is also, I mean, whether you know the workflows and Lakeflows, both are same. The nomenclature is little bit different, but when you're working for orchestrating your jobs and pipelines in the Databricks, that's where the Lakeflow coming into the picture.
So on this topic also we will get training.
Yes.
Okay. Then data ingestion techniques.
Of course.
Are you covering any data testing like Great Expectations?
No, data testing wise we are not focusing on it. Okay, it's more of a developer role. Okay, data engineering is more of a developer role. Yes, I'm talking actually. Okay, data engineering is more of a developer role.
We are running any data quality checks or
can you hear me? Sorry,
testing like a Great Expectations.
Are you able to hear me, guys? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yes,
not
yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure when you are not able to hear me, but testing wise we are not covering.
Is it audible? Okay.
Yeah.
Shaikh, I have one doubt.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
So for a GCP, right? Will we cover data flow with PubSub projects?
There's actually yes. I should actually add because that's also some of the people are asking. I forgot to add it here. Yes, it should be here somewhere. Yes, data flow with one of the project is there. That's a streaming project. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll show you. 1 minute. I forgot to add it here actually. Or why did I forgot? Or how did I forget? You can see here, guys. This is our Azure notebook. The dedicated notebook will be there for the Azure as well as a dedicated notebook for the GCP, guys. A lot of things that we are going to cover. If I start looking into it, so there's a detailed course curriculum, interview, LinkedIn community, resume templates, interview introduction, data engineering questions, SQL questions, Python. This is interview tab. What are the cloud basics that we are going to cover? Introduction, interfaces, walkthrough, locations, IAM and admin, account creation, Python, all the topics for Python basics we are going to cover for data engineers, GCS, Cloud SQL, database migration project, BigQuery, what is BigQuery, dataset creations, working with BigQuery, different types of tables, partitioning and clustering, complex data types, nested tables, repeated tables, case study 1, case study 2, BigQuery views and optimizations. Data flow, Hadoop, Spark, Dataproc, Cluster, Spark and PySpark, lab sessions, case study 1, case study 2, case study 3, assignments also there. Data flow, what is data flow and how it is different from the Dataproc, and creating workbench, lab sessions, dataset, template method, case study 1, assignment 1, case study 2, dead letter queue, windowing techniques. And PubSub, we are going to have a PubSub streaming case here. A streaming pipeline we are going to cover here. Streaming pipeline with PubSub topic. And Airflow, level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG, level 3 DAG, level 4 DAG. And cloud functions, one use case I told you, use case 1. And again, then we go to the Azure. Cloud basics again. Python is already covered there. ADLS, you can see what is ADLS. And SQL DB, Azure Data Factory, interview questions for Azure, and the Databricks. All the course content for Databricks. Like introduction, architecture, and setting up the Databricks workspace, dictionary, lab sessions, clusters, notebooks, DB utility commands, Unity catalog, configuring this external connectors, delta tables, data frames and operations, structured streaming, autoloader, workflows, and project. Okay, a lot of things also covered, sir. This is a high level idea if I want you guys to give you. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
So basically, you mean to say after successful completion of this course, we
Yeah.
can develop solution.
Yes. After successful completion of this course, you can directly apply for the companies and get the job, and you can able to comfortably work in the company for whatever the requirement that you have it for the data engineering, whether it is for implementations, whether it is architectural front, or whether it is a solution building. Yes. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Otherwise, we will wind up the session here for today. If you have any questions, you can always ask me.
So what about the course fees, Shashi?
Course fee and all the things related to the recordings, material, everything will be provided by your admins only, the management team only, because I have not been part of any of those things. Please connect with our team. They'll help you with all the enrollments, course fee, and the Zoom sessions as well as the recordings. They'll help you because I'm not been a part of that thing. So any technical things about the course, I'm here to help you. And you can see, guys, in our chat boxes, you are having if you are having any information, you can directly fill the form, and if you wanted to talk with any of those things, you have the mobile numbers. Please save the mobile number. If you have any questions, you can directly talk with the team. If you wanted to speak with me personally also, you call them and we can have a conference call also. Okay, and if you have if you are interested, please fill the attendance form so that our team will help you to do the onboarding process and how you can able to complete the enrollments and all of those things also. They'll help you. Okay. Yes. So this is all about today, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will see in the next class. Okay. Yep. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet in the next session, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining today. I hope you have learned something today.